I meet people from all over, not just the county or the state or the country, but the whole world. I was originally in the Los Angeles area. I had friends who were living in Cambria, and I went to visit them once, on my way to Oregon, where my sister lives. And I had a small daughter, she was 4 years old, and I just found that this was a wonderful place for children. Harmony is really the site of an old creamery. It was operated as a co-op. It never was a town in the sense of that it did not have a hotel and a bank and a saloon and those things that, a sheriff, those things that we associate, like with old towns. Yes, Mayor Freddie, a very iconic fellow. His actual name was Fettuccine Alfredo. He was named by the owners of the Italian restaurant, and they kind of inherited him. He was a Maine Coon cat. He was on the property when they moved in, and as was his sister Marinara. He had books written about him. He had etchings. He had T-shirts. Like I said, he was pretty iconic. And ultimately, he passed away, and he is today buried at the site of the creamery.
When we relocated back to San Luis Obispo area, after having several jaunts back and forth between California and Texas, on one of my trips up the coast, revisited Harmony, as I did 20-something years ago as a student at Cal Poly, and brought back good memories and learned a little bit more about its current state. We want to keep the history of Harmony intact and the charm and bring in back in some entertainment value. So that's really what we're trying to do. We're not wanting to change Harmony. We're just wanting to kind of give it a fresh look, a fresh update to it, and bring it to today's world, but not let go of that history, if you will, but combine history, some entertainment, and the arts, and make it an experience. I think Harmony is an experience for a lot of people. It's easy to get lost here for a few hours mentally. If you notice your cell phone doesn't work, there's no reception, and that's kind of, maybe that's how it was intended, that you can't get any reception. You just get sucked into this time vacuum here. I do it myself, even as often as I come here and working in the area. I find just time just kind of disappears on you. It's kind of not many places you can do that, and I feel it too. When we think about our vision for it, it's not so much about coffee shops and more services and more retail shops and more sales and all that. It's really about trying to enhance the experience. And that doesn't come through products and services. It comes through an atmosphere that we're recreating, kind of a time that has passed us all by.
I would like to see the history of Harmony preserved and the history of dairy farming. It's very relevant, to California history in general. I think that would be what I would want most, that it still remain, kind of quirky and not overly commercial, where people can feel like they can come in and just sort of poke around and enjoy the day.